Greetings there, fellow ranchers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story. Episode 69, Sheep Breeder. Oh, here's a fox. This fox might be responsible for the lack of chickens around. Where'd you go? I was contemplating fighting it and was like, oh, maybe I won't. And then it was like, but if I want chickens, maybe I should. I'll return back to that U in a bit. Let's see if I can't find another one. Well, here's another ram. Because I think it's probable that at some point I work on the pulverizer. Any opportunity to get animal fat, I should probably take. Although it's winter, so these animals tend not to be fat, as you may have noticed. Alright, do you want me to continue animal husbandry, or do you want me to do something else? It'll be up to you. I would ideally, if it's possible, like to keep going until I have a breeding pair of sheep at the very least. But if you want me to pull the plug on that and work on something else, I entirely understand. Because at some point, if there's just not animal availability around you, there's not progress that you can make, right? Like if I can't find a ewe, continuing to work towards it wastes my time. Coming back later when one might respawn saves me time. So let's see. Do I have marks for sheep? I have a mark for sheep this way. Let's go check that one. Oh, hi chicken. So my chicken trap is a bit west-southwest of where it should be. So that's another thing I could do, is to move the chicken trap to around this waypoint 17 ladder. This was the other spot that I've seen sheep recently. I see bunnies. There's one. Oh, yep, here we go. Come on, just little love taps. In this case, it actually might be easier to do... Where'd she go? Really? A single punch? Alright, let's try these over here. I was going to say, in this case, it might be easier to be in the third-person mode, which is F5, so that I can actually see their follow distance. I have two of them on me. They're, quite peeved. How to ruin your armor in one easy step. Don't fall in the holes. Man, this one is, I like this ewe. I mean, they beat me down pretty hard initially, but now they're pretty obedient. As far as animals go. Come on, you know you want more. I got the nicest butt in all the world. Let's get ramming me. Come on. You hate me, right? Let's go. Do I have to punch you again? I'm worried that you can't take a punch. Come on, friend. Andale, andale. Yeah, are you running for me? Don't do that. Oh no! I am going to go work on... How bad is my armor? It's not too banged up. I'm going to go work on moving the chicken pit. And then I'll go back to the ewe domestication. It's disappointing you can't rope them. Yeah, I know. Agreed. Try making small pens around them when they stop like that? I will once I'm not juggling 2 tasks at once. Alright, I see bunnies. I did see the rooster here in this vicinity. I'm going to make sure it didn't, like, fall down a hole. This is where I saw the rooster before. It's right there. Okay, perfect. Good spot for a trap then. I'm going to keep this really simple. Defying the laws of physics works for me. Okay, we got a snow-free pit, and I need to move away from this so that it can work. There we go, pit trap, marked, and everything. Alright, come on, sheepling. You weren't too far from the base when you stopped. I could get fencing material. Maybe that's what I'll do. Does anyone know if I enclose them and then feed them, they heal? I'm not really sure how to heal wild animals. Because that's, I think, probably the bottleneck I have right now. Is making sure that they are healthy. So if anyone has thoughts on that, that would be great. Look, I have 50 leather? Yes. I'm not going to worry about leather working right now. Pretty low priority in the scheme of things. Alright, I'm sure there's like work to be done in the farms, and obviously all the apiary is ready to go, but I'm going to just continue working on the task at hand. Get more sheep. So let's try to fence them up a little bit and see if that works for us. When food is over 50%, you heal? Okay. So, potentially feeding them is useful. So we could do a gate, and fences would be, because this isn't part of the base fence, so we'll just do some fences. I don't want all of them. I would say maybe, oh, apparently all of them. 27, 28 tiles of fencing. Oh, I also had these fences too. I mean, they both work. Oh no, these are gates. Oh god. Did I just make a whole lot of gates? Well, I can always burn them. Plus, you could just have a big pen of gates too. I mean, you know, looks dumb, but it works. Let's also do a small trough so I could feed them. And grab the scythe so I can grab more horsetail, cattail, and grass. The other one is creature weight good. Yeah, we've been feeding him, and he's fattened it up. So the thing about creature weight is they need to be fed a certain amount in order to reproduce. So starving your own animals is not effective when you're trying to breed them. Oh god, right, snow. So check up on the creature pit, and then I'll go looking for sheep. I don't think it would work this quickly, but there was chickens in the area, and during the winter they're kind of hungry, so you never know. The answer is no. But I have more faith in this design than previous ones. I wouldn't mind getting a little bit more horsetail. Oh, but there's a U right there. So let's try to unclose it and feed it. I'll try to punch it once, and if it runs, we know what to do. Oh, come on, don't reset. Yeah. You pissed with me? Oh, what? Come on. Let's go. Yeah. Get me. Keep going. I believe in you. We're going the distance. We're going the distance. We're going for speed. Woohoo! Well, that was easy. Now I have a bunch of wooden things that I don't need. Oh, okay. The next thing I want to do, which involves the same goal, is to get more fodder for them and to make lanterns for illuminating the farm. So check the pit traps, make lanterns, and keep the sheep fed. I think I have a lot of copper right now. Yeah, I have a lot of copper right now. So, provided the wind isn't fussy, it should be pretty easy to make lanterns. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Slam, slam, slam. Yeah, I like that. What do I have? 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I can make 1,000 run. Pretty good. What was it doing? I was grabbing peat. Can they eat flax grain? Yes. So I can also feed them flax grain as well. Oops, I'm bad at math, apparently. So I'm using peat to preheat the crucible, and then I'll switch over to coal when it matters. As far as armor goes, let's repair... Oh, that fully repairs? Alright, let's not do that then. I essentially don't want to fully repair my armor, because fully repairing means it's using up lamellae. Potentially for not a numerical benefit. My head only gets attacked 10% of the time, so it's not a big deal to have a more damaged helmet than everything else. But I have used up all my lamellae, Okay, I have some spawning issue. Clearly. But that's good, because I'm making lanterns, so we'll solve it. I have a really hard time believing it's too dark here, though, because I'm right underneath the lantern. Like, I'm directly underneath the lantern, so I'm not sure what gives. Because they really ought not to be spawning around me at the moment. He wouldn't have dropped from the roof, because you can't, as you can see. Alright, that's preheated. Perfect. Diagonally from the greenhouse? No, it's not spawnable up there. Nothing spawnable up there. So for those thinking they spawned up here, this entire area up here, other than the windmill, top of the windmill, is not spawnable. Nothing can spawn outside of temporal storms up here. It's designed that way. So, there's no roof problem, in other words. That is definitely 100% not the issue. And from the windmill, yeah, they'd probably die from the fall. Especially surface drifters that don't have a lot of HP. So, again, not the issue. So I appreciate you troubleshooting, but I can assure you that that's not the problem. That roof is spawn-proof, outside of storms. Well, that's a lot more flax. I would, I think it might be time to plant some, or put some terra preta in. Because a lot of these crop plots are missing potassium. And I'm going to want terra preta used as much as I can use. Alright, that's still heating up. Let's put the grain away. Yeah, one of the compost is done for sure. I know that much. Just because it didn't have a lot of time left on it. And the other one is about 3 days away. I also have enough flax sheets for another sail, if I wanted to do another rotor. I don't have the animal fat for that, though. So that would be my bottleneck. Let's do a quick batch of terra preta. Making sure not to neglect the pour. So this is still heating. So terra preta, I need charcoal and bone meal. I don't think I have any bone... Oh, no, I do have bone meal. I mean, I have a mechanized quarren, so, like, getting bone meal would be very easy. There's our terra preta. Okay. And we can also move that composting barrel because it's in the way of the kitchen. Oh, this is mature. I'm gonna need my hoe. That's all the Pret I can make right now. So this needs a N or P. So let's grab all of our seeds so we seed properly. So spelt's a pretty good cold crop. So I'll start using more spelt seeds. So I believe this part of the farm is done. A lot of these onions are close, and a lot of this flax is close. So I'll have to check back on that soon. And now that I have animals, planting more grain just for them to eat as fodder is a good idea as well. So that I don't necessarily have to get so much dry grass, because it's harder to get in the winter unless you have roofed up protected soil plots, which is a project that we could work on, I suppose. Oh, I forgot to put that seed away. And you know, the hoe could be there too. So in 8 days, all these barrels can be moved. And I will start fermenting or composting down here, I think. So I'll move them piecemeal, like one at a time. Once they're finished. I might even get another barrel for the other rot that I've got going on. We do have a rifter leak somewhere, but as I'm let's pour the mold. Yeah, that's ready to go. As I'm making more lanterns, I suspect the leak for drifters, wherever it is, will be resolved. I think it's probably an illumination problem, and they're spawning somewhere that is not properly illuminated, and I'm about to make 5 more lanterns, so I think it's a problem that will sort itself out quite quickly with extra light levels. Actually, I don't really like how close that is. I think, given the size of this room, I might as well just keep things nice and spacious. So I'll start composting in the corners here. It's also a darkened corner. Not that it matters on this slab. And we did have some more rot, so start a new compost. So each compost barrel will yield you 2 terra preta. So you can see like how much compost is needed to make terra preta. It's not cheap and it takes a long time. But now that it is craftable, it's not reliant upon chance, which is great. Previously, it was all chance, and, well, yeah. You can definitely get unlucky and just rip, you know? These soybeans are good to go, too. So it has P or N. Good enough. One of those, like, if I look at the farm long enough, I'm sure there's more work. And you can easily lose massive amounts of time to just eking out every last ounce of crop, but I don't think it's worth doing. So we're waiting for these to cool to make the lanterns. Let's do a little trap check. Is sheep pregnant yet? Okay, the trough needs more fodder. But no, it is ready to mate. It is decent weight, but it is not pregnant yet. So let's start feeding it the flax fodder. All right, cool. Nice and topped up. I'm gonna have to steal a lantern so I can check up on the chickens, if we have chickens. And I don't think it would be necessarily a bad idea to get another ewe if one is easily lured to the base. And also potentially enlarging the physical area that they're in. Because as it is now, they can kind of ram me through the fence, which is annoying. And then also, you know, there's the limitation of space. Yeah, it is a bit less work if I feed them grains, and especially in the winter. I'm planning on feeding them grains because it's annoying to try to get dry grass in the winter. I love trees. Thank you for the resub. Nothing? For real? I'm literally staring at a rooster right there. It can't be lured. I mean, oh, fine, whatever. Patience is a virtue, is it not? All right, question. So, if you want me to continue working on animal domestication to get more sheep, you can vote on that. So the food variety start trapping animal domestication is really making a larger animal pen and luring more ewes. I don't think that there's... I could also lay out more traps for the chickens. So if you want me to continue doing that, that's cool. If you want me to do something else, feel free to vote for something else. Right now, my plan is to get a little bit more horsetail, because I burned through my horsetail supply getting smashed by that ewe. And then also finishing up the lanterns that I have in queue. Just want those bars to dry or cool off first. Hey, everyone, thank you for the resub. To you both. Thank you, thank you. All right, horsetail. Why did I mark down the area that had horsetail? I do not know. If I was smart, I would've. I always seem to find it, though. Horsetail, I find, usually spawns around the banks of, like, lakes and the like. So, because it's fairly predictable where it spawns, like, Belgerian, even for more cheer? Dear Lord, man, thank you. I'll drink to that. And whatever you end up voting on, it's probably in my best interest to periodically check up on the traps. Because it doesn't take much to start domesticating chickens. And while you vote on that, I'll talk a little bit about domestication. So essentially the way it works is that each generation is a little bit more domesticated than the last. And at some point, they hit a threshold where they're truly sort of farm animals. Well, where they, for the most part, there's some caveats, so this isn't exactly true, but for the most part, they'll stop attacking you. So, whoa, ripe cranberries at this time of year? All right. So there's some generalizations here, but generally speaking, as you domesticate chickens, like your undomesticated animals, your essentially trapped animals will like ram you and mess with you, and sheep, for instance, will ram you and be fussy and hard to milk, where they're constantly agitated. And as time goes on, they become each generation becomes more relaxed around you. So the first offspring of the sheep and the two sheep that I have will be slightly more chill, and then its offspring will be slightly more chill, and by the third generation, they're a lot more chill. It just takes a while, because each generation is a long time in game. So true animal domestication takes a while for you to see the benefits, but one of the benefits is, once they're fully domesticated, rams, the sheep, will allow you to, like, most of the creatures when they're domesticated will allow you to pet them, which keeps them from moving around, which makes it easier to, like, milk them or collect eggs or whatever, move them around in traps, etc. And then additionally, you can slaughter them with a butcher cleaver in one swing when they're fully domesticated, so that if you're ranching like pigs, for instance, for meat and fats, it's a lot easier to kill them off. You know, a lot easier to slaughter them rather than to chase them around with a sword. You can just go cleaver, done. You know, because they trust you. I get how that sounds, but that's just the game mechanics at play. So, for instance, for the sheep, it's a big deal because milking them is really annoying. Where like you'll go up to them with a barrel when. So when the ewe gives birth for the first time, I'll get, you know, a little lamb, and then the ewe will be lactating for like 20 days. And occasionally, I'll be able to walk up with a wood barrel and try to milk it. But the vast majority of the time, the animal will either openly attack me, where it's trying to ram me, or it will be too agitated. It'll be far too agitated to be milked. So it's like a constant trial and error of like, can you be milked? Oh, you're agitated, no. Can you be milked? Oh, you're agitated, no. And like 10% of the time, I'll be able to get milk. So it's kind of like a nuisance to get your initial milk. But as the generations go down the line, it gets easier and easier and easier because they're more domesticated. And then for the bigger animals, it's useful to slaughter them or milk them, and for the smaller animals, you can move them around in the new traps. I didn't mark the copper in the right place. That I didn't. It was waypoint 190 that was wrong. Where did I put that? Oh, I put it where the sheep is. Wait, wow, I really screwed this up big time. Thanks for catching that. There we go. All right, copper's in the right spot. Okay, I have a lot of horsetail poultices now, so plenty of opportunities to heal myself. Oh, you know, I have not prospected down here. How can I get down there without, like, easily... Oh, here we go. Open rock face, that will work. And it looks like you guys have voted for me to search for needed materials. So I'll update the priority in just a second. Ilmenite, copper, cinnabar, cassiterite. Okay. Explore for needed materials. So one thing I'm going to need to do is have you guys decide whether I go for known materials. So I know, for instance, where some zinc is, and I know where some lead is and things like that. Or to search for materials I do not know where they are, like salt. So the use for salt is I could salt meats in order to preserve meats. I could use the salt for brining. And then once I have milk, I can use the salt for cheese making. So salt would allow me to preserve vegetables and meats and dairy. So salt's very important, and I'm not sure I have prospected howlite. I'll have to check all my prospect points. So searching for salt, gold, silver, which are things that I don't know the location of. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story, which originally streamed live on Twitch January 18th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. Hope to catch you in next episode or upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Seraphs.